Hey guys, welcome back to my YouTube channel. In today's video I wanted to give you 3 tips how to get super sharp photos, and I also have one bonus tip for you which you can also use. And yeah, I hope you enjoyed this video, and I would say we get straight into it. So for my first tip, I highly recommend using flexible spots. For example, I actually have a Sony camera in my hand now, and this can also work out when you have, for example, a Canon camera or Nikon camera. For example, in your camera settings, you're also able to focus with your flexible spot. So for example, you can just focus the eyes, or you can just focus the face, and you can make the focusing spot smaller or larger. I always like to just focus the eyes, because the most important thing on photo shoots is that the eyes from the model are in focus. And the best way to do that is with flexible spot. And I always do that on my photo shoots, because you don't want to really focus the background or the nose. You want to focus the eyes, and that's why I always go with flexible spot, because then you are in control of your focusing point. And this really helped me out when I figured this out, so I hope this also helps you. And my second advice for you has to do with how far you are from the model away. If you're too close to the model, it can happen that you don't have the eyes in focus anymore because of your lens, for example. But if you are too far from the model, for example, if you do full body shots, it can also happen that while you're shaking with your camera, you also mess up and you focus the background instead, or you miss with the flexible spot the face. So my tip for you is to have an average distance, for example 1 or 2 meters far from the model, and then you're more in control. And my third tip for you has to do with how you hold the camera. For example, if you hold the camera straight, that's good. But sometimes you hold the camera in a 45-degree angle or minus 45-degree angle. And yeah, you can create some distortions. So on your next photo shoot, and especially if you're a beginner, always make sure you have your camera tight and that you don't shake a lot. Because especially if you're a beginner, usually you shoot with intelligent mode, or you still don't have full control of your shutter speed, and then it can happen that you shoot photos and yeah, you didn't raise your shutter speed too high, and then your picture are out of focus because you didn't use a high shutter speed. So always make sure you have the camera steady and don't shake around. So when I started out with photography, I used always a very low shutter speed, because I was it will just work out. But shutter speed is so important, and that you hold your camera straight. So bear in mind always to keep a good grip, and then you're good to go. And I also got a bonus tip for you, and it has to do with Eye-Autofocus. My camera personally has Eye-Autofocus, but it's not as good. But if you have a camera, for example the Sony a7 III or another camera, you also have built-in Eye-Autofocus, and your camera focuses the eyes by itself. And this is really good if you want to have crispy, sharp images. But yeah, not every photographer can really buy a very expensive camera. For example, I cannot buy a Sony a7 III at the moment. But I hope still these tips helped you with the flexible spot and making sure you always have a tight grip. This is so important, that when you do your photo shoots, you always raise your shutter speed, and that you always focus on the eyes with your flexible spot. And yeah guys, I hope this video helped you. And if you like this video, you can subscribe to my YouTube channel. You can also follow me on Instagram to see more content. And guys, always take care of yourself, and see you next time. Bye.